Welcome to Learning English with Atena, your channel for mastering the English language. I'm Atena, your enthusiastic language guide, and today I have an exciting topic for you. In my previous videos, I explored the essential objects in the classroom and delved into the most common phrases used by teachers. If you missed them, don't worry, the links are in the caption below so you can catch up whenever you want. But now it's time to shift the focus to you, the students. Today I'm going to explore a category of phrases that you, as students, will find incredibly useful in the classroom. These phrases will enable you to express yourself with confidence and engage in meaningful classroom interactions. Let's get started on this exciting journey of learning to speak together. Miss Atena, I don't have my pencil. Teachers hear this all the time. Or, Miss Atena, I don't have my book. Miss Atena, I don't have my homework. Well, how the teacher responds is always up to that teacher. For me, when I was a classroom teacher, I always kept a jar of pencils that my students could use. Ideally, they would return them at the end of the class period. That didn't always happen. But it's common for students to forget things during the day in the class. Miss Atena, my dog ate my homework. This is the most stereotypical excuse for forgetting your homework. Maybe your dog really did it, your homework, but this is something that you will absolutely hear in movies and TV shows. And if you are in the classroom, you might even hear a student so bold enough to say this excuse, Miss Atena, my dog ate my homework. Miss Atena, I don't understand. Or Miss Atena, I don't get it. This phrase, I don't get it, is a little informal and potentially rude if you say, Miss Atena, I don't get it. With this kind of attitude, I don't really care. I'm annoyed. But if you say this in a polite way, Miss Atena, I don't get it. Can you explain it again? That's perfectly fine. You can tell the difference in my attitude. I need to cram for this test if I'm going to get a good grade. The verb to cram is used a lot by students, and it means to study a lot, usually the night before, maybe a day in advance, possibly. But it means you need to push all of that information into your brain. You need to cram the information into your brain. You can also use this verb in a physical way. If you're packing for a big trip and you have too many clothes to fit in your suitcase, you might say, I need to cram all of my clothes into this small suitcase. That's the physical way we can use this verb. Unfortunately, I often say this next one in university. I haven't studied for the test tomorrow, so I'm going to pull an all-nighter. Can you guess what this means? To pull an all-nighter means to stay up all night studying. It's really never a good idea, but it happens. You might ask your classmates, hey, can I borrow your notes? I was sick yesterday. And if your classmate is nice, they might let you borrow their notes. You know Sam? He's a real teacher's pet. Miss Atena is always picking him to write on the whiteboard. This phrase, a teacher's pet, seems like a nice thing. It's the teacher's favorite students. But in reality, it's usually a term that other students use to make fun of someone. You're such a teacher's pet. Usually it is not a good thing, but in reality, what is so wrong with being one that a teacher likes? Well, the students just don't like it. Miss Atena, are there extra credit points? Miss Atena, are there bonus points? If you're not doing so well in a class, you might ask that question. Miss Atena, I'm totally lost. If you're so confused, you have no idea what's going on, it is a great phrase to use. And our final phrase that students say in the classroom is one that unfortunately I use with many of my poor teachers. Teacher, when are we going to use this? If you've ever sat in a math trigonometry class, just cramming information into your brain and feeling so overwhelmed and frustrated because you just didn't get it. That was me. You might ask your teacher this. Excuse me, when am I going to ever use this? And the idea is, when am I going to use this after school? In the real world? In my job? A lot of people don't use trigonometry in their job. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. So students often feel frustrated if they can't see a link between what they're learning in the classroom and what they're going to be using in the real world. Thank you for watching this video on student phrase in the classroom. If you found it helpful and enjoyable, I have a small request for you. Please take a moment to hit that thumbs up button and share it with others who might benefit from this lesson. By subscribing to the channel and turning on the notification bell, you'll never miss an update. And you'll be the first to know when the next video in this series is released. I'll continue to explore other valuable phrases for students and teachers to help you become a confident and effective communicator in the classroom. Bye!